Alright, in this video I'm going to talk to you a little bit about assessing products and figuring out whether or not you want to sell them, whether or not you can be competitive, and also figure out how much they are selling on Amazon, which will be a major factor in determining whether or not you sell them as well. Obviously, if it's a winner on Amazon, it's going to move a lot more volume than anywhere else online. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at a couple of different products. I'm just going to go look at some knives I know about. This is a Benchmade knife. It's a really nice folding knives. They're kind of high end, anywhere from the $100 range up to $200-300. So what you would want to do if you want to see if you can sell one of these, obviously you need to get pricing on the items themselves first, and go ahead and look and see what your price is on that item. Okay. Then you're going to want to take that price that you have that you're going to get the product for, and then add in your fees for fulfillment, shipping, whatever, and then also your 15% Amazon fee. Obviously, that's going to be one of the biggest fees that you're going to have. eBay is less, your site is less. So when you're selling on Amazon, you got to think about your 15% there. And I can go and I can see that this particular knife, it's black, it's a mini Griptilian 556. It's selling for $89.25 in the buy box. There's only one guy cheaper. He's selling it for $88, and it looks like pretty much everybody has it for that price. So that's one factor. If you can't match this price, then you're not going to be in the buy box, and you're not going to sell a ton on Amazon, although you may still sell some. You're going to have to wait for this guy and this guy and this guy to all run out of them, which they may never actually run out. And that's a challenge there. The other thing that you're going to be able to look at is if you go down the page, you can see the Amazon sales rank. Now, this is not on every single page, okay? Sometimes Amazon doesn't show it. If they're not showing it, that probably means that it doesn't have a ranking that matters. Okay, in these categories, obviously, you can't really tell how many total items are in the sports and outdoors category. But after about, in my experience, and this is just right now, after about 3 or 4 million, there aren't any more rankings. I don't think I've ever seen a 5 million ranking. But every category is different, right? But if you will see, the top 100 items, and those will generally have a bestsellers rank. So anyhow, if you take this number, you can go over to this product called Jungle Scout. And these guys are really great. I just like to go and check out their free resource because I like to assess things myself. They can really help you assess listings. But what I like to do is go in and just use their free resources area, go to the sales estimator, and you can pick a category. And these guys, I've checked it, they are accurate, very accurate. Obviously, just within a couple of units maybe off. They're not exact, but if you're in the buy box for this item, you're definitely going to get a good taste of this number. I mean, if you're the only one on it, you're going to be selling all of these. So, what is it, 32,800, okay? So I put in this ranking for sports and outdoors, and apparently this knife sells 146 per month. Now, with that being said, this is a variation between 4 different colors. So altogether, this listing sells 146 knives per month, but we don't know what color sells the most. That's one tricky thing about this. You would obviously think that maybe the blue and the black are the most popular, and then maybe the yellow, and then maybe the pink is last, because pink is, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't think the pink sells more than the black, obviously. That's just what I would think. Maybe you think differently. But anyhow, if you're going to purchase, you might want to purchase on that level. A safe rule of thumb is you could cut this number into fourths and then use that when you're purchasing for this. And that may be a little bit high for you. You might want to, maybe looking at this right now, if I could be in the buy box, I might get 25 of this knife just to start out. you know, if I knew I could really compete with these guys up here. Another thing when you're looking at the pricing on these items, see how this is $89.25 price right here, and then also $89.25, $89.25, and so on and so forth. When you see a pricing that's like that across the board, where just everybody's kind of abiding by the same price, except for just like maybe like one guy who's out here kind of skimping by like $1 or so, then that means that the manufacturer has put a pricing policy in place for a minimum advertised price, and they're not letting anybody sell that item for under a certain amount. And in this case, it's $89.25. Now, I haven't spoke with Benchmade directly to like confirm that, but it's very, very obvious. So we can go look over here and we can see the same thing on their product line. $97.75 is the minimum for this one, and you'll see the same across the board here. All these sellers are at the same price, and you're not going to see that on a lot of other things. If I go click on this sharpener right here, this Lansky, you know, we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 different prices. So very, very slim chance that this has MAP. And as a matter of fact, I happen to know that this line doesn't currently have MAP as I'm sitting here talking. So anyhow, you can go in here and you can run it. Well, let's just run the ranking on this as well. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, this one doesn't have the ranking, and that's where one of those things where I was going to say, okay, if the ranking's not there, then don't freak out, because a way to tell if a listing is good or not too is also, I mean, it has 2,400 customer reviews. I mean, not a lot of listings on Amazon period have that many customer reviews. I mean, this has moved some units, so you can be safe in knowing that there's been a lot of units moved on this. Tricky bit is, you'll see that Amazon is selling it themselves. Amazon does do that. They don't have access to everything at the best price, but they do have access to a lot of things at a good price. So try to find lines that they are not on, because they will cut you out. eBay doesn't sell against you. Amazon does. Obviously, you're still getting a huge cut of everything, in sales, but none of these guys, if you can buy it for $9 for free shipping, why would you go buy it for $12 from this guy? Whenever Amazon runs out of stock, these guys who are getting whatever price they're getting can probably compete with each other for sales. But if Amazon never runs out of this, these guys are not getting very many sales on this item, and they might. And on their other channels, if they're promoting their listings, they're still getting sales that way. So it's not the end of the world. I would still definitely list your products on Amazon. Just if you're trying to pick a new line and you're trying to do a big buy, if you want to use Amazon as a rule of thumb, just come and look at the listing. Just make sure it's a good looking listing. You don't want it to be a crappy listing without any details or pictures or anything like that. Obviously, you can fix that, as I've showed you in some videos, but you want to make sure that it has a nice rating. This is 4.6 out of 5 stars. For 137 people, there's a solid impression. This is a good product. If you can get a good price on it, then let's see, the 35,000. That's just a little bit less, 136 per month. And that's only between two. So each one of these is moving, roughly, whatever, 60, 65 units a piece per month. And I don't know if they're even. Maybe they are. I think the orange maybe sells as much as the black. So there's that. And, let's go out of sports outdoors. Let's just go look up like, let's see, buckle jeans. Alright, so let's just go look at these Suco jeans. Okay, so pretty good listing. Looks like nobody's really left a review on it. We'd have to be the first to review it. And it is $336,000 in clothing. So let's see what that is. Okay. So this says that this listing only sells less than 5 per month. Let's see, let's pick a size. Okay, yeah, and it's sold by Suco Jeans. So if you're just coming into Amazon and you're trying to find stuff to sell by looking at what's on Amazon and then you want to go find a distributorship for it, know that in a case like this, if it's the brand actually selling their own product on Amazon, it's pretty rare that they're going to want to cut themselves out of the Amazon sales so that you can sell it. Some manufacturers want to be retailers too. Really, everybody needs to find their place in the chain, but more and more retail companies are able to get things made in China. I don't know if these people make their stuff in China, but they'll have it made in China, brought over here, and then they'll just send it to FBA like these guys have done and have it sold, and they'll eat all the profit because, you know, $34 jeans, you know, hey, if these are good jeans, it's not a bad price. You know, that's a market price. But if they're getting them made for $2, you know, then they don't have to sell them to a distributor and so on and so forth. So think about that. You know, if you contact these guys, they may tell you, nah, we're not going to have any dealers or distributors. You know what I mean? So go in here, look at sales rankings, look at the reviews on the product. You don't want to get anything with a 1-star review. That's really bad. Check and see how your competition's priced. Make sure you can compete with them with your pricing, and then run the sales ranking in this Jungle Scout sales estimator. And if you can't run it in the Jungle Scout sales estimator, let's say that these guys go out of business and they don't have this offered anymore, then just go off of how you've been selling other items with similar sales rankings. Like, let's say you have a product that has a 10,000 sales ranking in sports and outdoors. Well, measure all of your products off of what that product is selling. If you know that's 100 units a month, then you can pretty easily see that 100,000 ranking will be 10 units per month. You know what I mean? So you can pretty quickly and easily determine what a good ranking is in that category based off of your position in the buy box and things like that. It's a really kind of complicated factoring in, and assessing items is the same as determining how much you're going to purchase. I mean, it's all complicated. It's all a you know, there's not a one-size-fits-all option. There's multiple factors that fit into this, but those things I just told you there, reviews, sales rank, and your price are going to be essential in assessing good items for you to sell. So just apply those concepts and you'll be good to go. All right, thanks for watching.